a 15-year-old mare here. She's just coming in for her riding career. Been with us for about a week now. She came here very skittish, very standoffish, wouldn't let me anywhere near her. Spent a few days building up some trust to the point where I can halter her now and I can have started her groundwork, and she's coming along very, very nicely. She has no known previous work, and based on what she's given me, I would believe that. She's just acting very typically of a mare that just doesn't know anything. Including the bridle. I've had it on her twice, but it was a struggle to get it on. So I'm going to spend a little more time today just trying to make that a little bit easier on both of us, a little less stressful. And I wanted to show you how I go about doing that. So she's just naturally a little bit more of a timid, somewhat tense girl. So you'll see me wait for signs of relaxation for her. You can see right now she's pretty worried. But she'll come along as we start working now. So you see right here she's already tensed up and avoiding me. So I've gotten to this point. I'll back off a little bit when she relaxes like that. You've got to notice where the anxiety starts. You've got to notice where your horse starts to get a little uncomfortable and work your way up from there. So right now she's comfortable with me right here. She's not so comfortable with that yet. Just knowing that the bridle is near her nose, she's not okay with that quite yet. Now, keep in mind this is a mare that I can normally, I've been able to just rub her all over her nose, mouth, everywhere. And she's completely clamped up. So I don't know if maybe she's been bridled in the past, because she started this way. It's like she knows that she can just dip her head away from me. So it's almost like somebody has tried to bridle her before or something. So I've got a hold of her halter here just so she can't get away from me completely, but I'm waiting for her to relax. When she relaxes right there, I'll back off a little bit. There she relaxed a little bit quicker. Like I said, I'm not doing anything with this halter other than just making sure that she doesn't completely get away from me, because we need to get through this together. Good girl. So from touching her nose, now I've gotten to the point where I can just grab a hold of her halter right here, nice and gentle. Bring the bridle around her nose like that. Just kind of play with her a little, let her relax. Let her realize that it's not going to hurt her, it's nothing to be stressed out about. And let her relax. And you can use this on any horse that has had bad bridling experiences, maybe painful teeth in the past, they've just gotten bad about bridling, never been bridled before in their lives, whatever the issue is. If you're having any problems with the bridling, take the time it takes and let them figure it out a little bit. I'm never going to take it away when she tenses up on me like that. I'm going to let it rub on her a little bit, pet her. Just be sure not to accidentally hit her in the eye with it. Let her relax. There, she kind of pulled away at the last second. Good girl. That relaxing is the way to make the pressure go away. Good girl. So it's a form of pressure and release, and it's a form of desensitization. There's a little bit of relaxing. That was good. She didn't pull her nose away from me that time. Good girl. There she did. I'm going to hold her here. Just make it a little uncomfortable for her to push on my hand there, and then rub her. Good girl. Another trick I will use sometimes when a horse is very timid about this is I will go ahead and incorporate a little treat, and if she sticks her head, that was pretty good. She sticks her head through the head stall naturally on her own, or for the most part on her own, she'll get a snack. Now, I am not big on using treats. I very seldom will ever use treats in my training. This is one of the times where I will, but you've got to be responsible about it. Training with treats is a tool that needs to be learned properly. Should she start to become pushy or nippy, then I have not done my job and I have failed her. So I need to make sure that she doesn't get to that point, but use the treat responsibly to help her overcome this fear that she's got. Good girl. So she's pretty close to putting the bit in her mouth at this point. This does make it a little bit more of her idea. Say you've got a very powerful horse, you can't really get the control that you need. This might be a happy alternative for both of you. Now, I still recommend that you go ahead and start with the desensitizing that we started with, making sure that she's okay with you touching her and rubbing this on her. And she's getting a lot more comfortable with it. Definitely not as stressed out as she was. But always start with that first, and then just use the treat to enhance the training a little bit. I'm holding the treat just below the bit. But if you notice, I'm not letting the bit fall into her mouth as she's taking the treat. I don't want her to bite the bit. Good girl. There, she took it, a little reluctantly, but she was rewarded right away with the treat. Let her work the treat around the bit. And this takes practice. This will take her days to get used to this and get better at this. But this is a good start for her. I'm going to go ahead and slip it over her ears. Let her wear it a little bit as she works on that last snack.